So let us start our session. So let me introduce myself. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to AI Career Masterclass. So my name is Ravi Kumar Iragala, founder and CEO of Tech Vistha Pulse AI, and I am also working as a AI architect. So where I design and build enterprise AI application. So using technologies such as LLM or RAG, AI agent, and Python, Fast API, Azure API, and modern cloud platforms. So before going to start this session, first of all, thank you for taking time and join today's session. So I truly appreciate your presence here, and I hope this masterclass provide valuable information and evolving world AI. So over the next 60 minutes, I'm going to take you behind the basic of AI. So we'll explore how leading organizations are building production-ready AI applications. So AI is not just using tools like ChatGPT, but also designing intelligent system that solve real business problems. So before begin, let me briefly introduce myself. So I have over 14 plus years of experience in IT industry, and over the several years I've specialized AI, enterprise AI, and Gen AI, machine learning, and AI solution architect. So here, throughout my career, I have designed and deployed enterprise grade AI solutions by combining LLMs, RAG, and AI applications and AI agents, APIs, and cloud services also. And also, I have worked on vector databases and scalable software architecture to solve complex business challenges. So one thing I have learned from working in the industry is that AI cannot be a master like watching videos and memorizing theory. So sitting alone, it will not be kind of work out. So the best way to learn AI by building real world applications, understanding how the technologies work behind it, and we can apply it to solve practical problem. So that exactly the approach. So I'm following one formula to my students. I'm going to train sessions. How exactly I'm giving to the students like real kind of problem, so that everybody understanding how we can how we can build applications and how we can apply applications in real world. That is my focus, making complex AI concept so simple and practical and easy to understanding my demonstration live classes. So I'm taking example like real world use cases, and I'm giving I'm giving to the my students like hands-on example. So this session may to understand the fundamental of enterprise AI. It's not kind of understanding concept, but also it will be take you to understanding how exactly AI working, how revelation, how everyday AI in our life, how exactly it will be work in enterprise systems. I can take you into that step by step. So that's all about me. So I'm going to take one slide. AI revolution. AI is not started last year and before last year. It started long back ago. We may not be aware of. So earlier, 1950s to 1960s, during that period. So AI concept like rule based one. So I can take one example. What is a rule based one? So what developers will do? So they can develop an application. It kind of instructions, not exactly conventional. So nowadays, if you take chat gpt, you can ask any question, it will be give. That is not a rule based one. So rule based one means, so if else concept will be there. So example I can take kind of ATM process. If you go to the ATM, so if you insert your card, it would be ask you to enter pin. If you enter correct pin, then only it will be show us like other options. So if you enter incorrect pin, so it will be reject. That is called rule based one. Then it will be upgraded AI winter export systems and machine learning. What machine learning do here? So machine learning means how exactly machine learning will work out. So we need to inject so what number of data into a model. So model so can understand what we are injecting data. So based on the data, for example, if you give wrong information to the model, if you ask any questions, so model will give wrong answers. So based on our data, that model give you answers. That is called machine learning concept. So how deep learning will work out? Deep learning means nowadays we are everybody working on deep learning. Example I can take you, mobiles, images. When you instead of entering phone capturing our face, that is I can simply say deep learning. And I can take 20s, and now currently we are into generative AI. So generative AI means simply I can say chart GPT, that models we can say is generative AI. So what is the difference between generative AI and agentic AI? So there is a huge difference between Gen AI and agentic AI. So currently we are using Gen AI concepts like chart GPT. Whatever you'll ask to the GPT, it will give answer. So that is a Gen AI. Agentic AI is a different. If you have some problem, if you approach to the agentic bot, it will take from a problem to complete process. So for example, if you want to order any kind of food, so if you ask to the agentic bot, so it will be suggest few restaurants, and it will take one decision. So like it can choose one a restaurant. So based on rating or feedback, it will be choose one restaurant and choose like for example, if you ask breakfast, it can take automatically, it will be order. So while it can take your credential and card details and everything, it will be, I mean to say, like from beginning to ending. So agentic can take, that is called but there is a differences between, I can explaining. So why we are in Gen AI concept, how exactly, how AI industry. So there are AI is transferring from every industry, like I can take healthcare and finance and retail and marketing and education system and transport and so more IT and software and marketing as well. So it is growing every day. So I can take by 2030s, it will be 30 35 plus 35% increasing. So 300 million jobs will be impacted by AI. So that's all AI revolution. If you have any questions about this revolution, please ask me so that I can clear your questions. So if you don't have, I can go for next slide. So understanding AI, how exactly AI will work. I already explained. Models will work on data. So where data, so I draw on process here. So this is the data. So companies like we can take TCS or Infosys or Wipro. So companies they have a million trillion GB of data they can inject to a model. So we may have like storages like SQL and SharePoint, other approaches we'll have. This model will take data from different sources, I can say. Processing. So model cannot understanding uh, direct data. So we need to clear and organize data. Sometimes we may give incorrect information, duplicate information, or like wrong null values we can give to the model. So that data will not understanding model. So before moving to the a model, we have to clean and structure the data. Then only we will get accuracy, correct information from the data. So model will understanding what we injected the data. So example, so if you enter the data related to any company information, if you ask to the model, that exactly model will give answer to us. So that is the process. Then output. So we will get output based on our questions. So like example, I can take any kind of industrial level example, like so everybody aware of who are working in industry. So IT help desk, we used to work with them closely, because we may get everyday kind of issues. For example, I can take kind of mouse issues. If you ask model, earlier we used to raise a ticket using remedies or service desk, remedy or service nose tools. So what will happen, it will be reach out to the service desk. So it will be wait there, like based on priority. So it will be wait there, like 24 hours or 48 hours. So earlier it was happening. Now it is easy to everybody. If you enter problem, you will get process step by step. So based on that, you can fix problem yourself, or if not, out of bot, you may reach out to the next level. That bot will guide you, or else bot create any kind of ticket. It will route to the appropriate team. So that is the process. Example, every day we are using Google Map and YouTube and Amazon, Netflix, and it's Gmail, spam emails, and UPS. So all we are using AI nowadays. I'm going to next slide. So in everyday life, how it is working AI. So example I'm taking here, I mentioned Google Maps. How exactly map work out here? How exactly traffic decide this AI? So AI may suggest us. I mean Google may suggest us. So there is a traffic. There is a huge traffic. How exactly this Google Map detecting uh, traffic and everything. So for example, if you want to travel from Bangalore to Hyderabad, your destination should be enter Bangalore at the time. So there is a one way. So some Google Map may not suggest different route. If you enter different location, so different rules, different routes. Google may suggest you to different shortcuts and easy duration of travel time. It will be suggest how exactly it is suggesting. So based on uh, so I can take while entering any app, like Google Map app installing, at the time it may ask you to, app may ask you to allow a location, current location, based on that, and GPS tracking. It will be AI. So it will be sync every few minutes. Google Maps sync with the AI. So every few minutes, based on that, it will be suggest the fastest route as, like a travel destination, different routes. So based on that, it will be. So for example, I can take YouTube also. So if you watch kind of devotional videos, the next time YouTube will recommend you. So behind that, AI, Amazon also, if you search any product, like I can take mobile. So next time, so if you enter mobile, like Samsung or any other brands, it will be recommend you. So if you search for exactly mobile, then it will be like recommend you to purchase headset or like charger, that kind of recommendation. So every day we are using AI. The Netflix also, Gmail, how we are using. So spam emails, it is so there is a separate folder spam. It is automatically getting spam emails to that folder. UPIs nowadays we are using chat GPT. Such most of the people we are using chat GPT. So why? Because it is easy to so get information, like unknown information also we can get it from here. And also Siri and Alexa, we are using face unlocking. So most of the people are using face unlocking, Google Photos, Spotify, and nowadays most of the technology is using on the cars, like self-driving cars. Tesla, I can take example. So this is how we are using every day AI in our life. So anybody have doubts so that I can clarify? Any questions? How we are exactly using AI? This is the concept we are taking. So without knowing us, we are using. So AI. This is the concept. So I can take how MNC companies are using AI. So this is the process. So all MNC companies, based on a problem, technologies are adapting. So for example, any kind of business problem. So it depends on data. So without data, AI will not work out. So as earlier I explained, clear process how exactly work out. So based on that problem, so it will be give. So we already injected the data, thousands of GB we injected data preparation. This is the process behind the AI model. So AI model and search the right information. If you ask any kind of questions, it will be search exactly information, and it is generating a right information. Security, access control. So as a TCS employee, like developer, he cannot access related to HR a kind of documentation, like employee sensitive information, I can say here, like employee pay scale and everything. Employee cannot directly access. So there will be some kind of security access control. So based on that, everybody have their own designation. Based on that designation, so we will have kind of access. Based on that access, so we will get all the information. So in real enterprises use cases, we are using like HR assistants and IT help desk. I already explained how problem will be solved. Customer support and sales assistants and legal assistants in finance, and so every department in IT industry we are using. So how exactly IT help desk work out here? I can take simple example. I already explained how exactly work out uh, uh, so I can take kind of laptop issues. So earlier we used to reach out local IT help desk, whoever available. So now everything got changed. We might be have internal chatbot. I mean internal based on company. So they developed their own IT bot. If you ask any kind of information, it will be give your process and everything, and approval hierarchy, and everything we can get it. It is we easy to get all the information. Earlier it was very difficult to get information. So earlier how it was happening, HR assistant process and everything. So if you want to get information from HR, we might be wait for 24 hours and 48 hours, and depends on human presence there. Now everything got changed. Whatever information you want to get within organization, use that bot, you may get all the information. So that is the how AI works in IT enterprises. And also I can go for next slide. So this is the companies layoffs. I took approximately data from uh, Google. So in 2025, so most of the two almost 2,50,000 employees got are replaced because of AI. So most of the companies like affected 780 plus companies. This is the like recorded in Google. So most of the companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Intel. So few companies not recorded like mid-level companies and startup companies, not exactly like 2,50,000, more than 2,50,000 employees affected by AI. And especially now from Jan to 2026 till now July, so 1,68,000 approximately data. This is not exactly data. So most of the companies, you may see few real cases, like last 2 days back we can I seen news from tech employee. So they're not just taking leaves, they are sending out because behind the scene there technology improving. So where exactly affected in roles, like I can say based on my knowledge and experience and Google information I'm telling to you. So most of the department, like customer support and HR operationals and recruiters and manual like testers, I can say here, project collaborations and administrative roles. Administrative roles means not like front desk and help desk. That also like included we may have like system administrator, either Windows or Unix, or that's a different roles we will have. So basic software engineers, like developers affected, technical documentation. Most of the roles are affected or recent. So where more demanded in recent documentations, I can say, like AI architecture more a demanded role. AI engineer, Gen AI engineers, and ML engineer, data engineer, ML ops engineer, AI product managers engineer, and cloud engineers, and AI security engineer, a platform engineers are more demanded roles currently in industry. So how exactly this role they are affecting? So it is kind of repeated work. So AI replacing repeated kind of work, a role they are replacing, instead of taking 100 plus employees, so doing everyday kind of repeated work. So AI replacing, they are taking two employees, and rest of the employees they are sending home. That is how happening. So yeah, this about layoffs. If anybody have any questions, you can ask me so that I can clarify. So you may feel like who are working for organization, you may feel today I'm safe and tomorrow you'll be impacting the person, because we have to learn AI technologies. So without AI, so based on my knowledge and my supervisor's knowledge, everything happening, we have to learn AI concept. Without AI, companies more looking for who is developed and AI technologies. So that is how AI. So and also companies, they are investing uh, huge amount for technologies. So instead of waiting for human response, and so there is a huge impact on technologies going forward. And so who is going to join my live regular classes, master classes? I have career roadmap for this. So I'm going to teach for like fundamentals concept of Python programming, then data analysis and data visualization, machine learning concept, and model evaluation validation. Then I can go for next deep learning concept. And here I mention advanced AI and generative AI, and also I can include here agentic AI, because every industry it's a working on agentic concept, not like generative concept. It will be both, including Gen AI and agentic concept. I'm going to teach. What tools I'm going to teach, like LangChain, LangGraph, so vector databases, APIs, and cloud platforms. I'm going to teach, and so here I can take real world scenario project. How industry, I mean MNC companies working on that kind of project. I'm going to teach my students, and career growth I can give, like I can build resumes, and I can prepare them, like for interviews. I can take everyday weekly assessment, and monthly assessment. I can take uh, mock interviews. So based on that, I can prepare for them, like so who can complete this program, I mean this course, they can apply for AI engineer, ML engineer, data science, and NLP engineer. Yeah, architect who have already experience on different domains, they can apply for yeah, architect. Research scientist also, they can apply after completing this course. Yeah, that's all about career roadmap concept here.